Okay, get ready. And I will start the webinar. Okay, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are joining us from, and welcome to the Prepare, Practice, Perform Password Skills Plus Explained webinar. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Shelley Vink, and I'm the Head of University Partnerships at Password, and I'm joined by my lovely colleague Amara Tahir, who is our Regional Manager. So before we start the session, I'll go through some housekeeping. So this session is recorded and we will share the recording with you afterwards. We will also share the presentation itself with you so you can read through all the information because we don't expect you to remember everything we say on the first go. So we will send that to you after the webinar. And if you have any questions during the webinar, please write them in the Q&A box so we can answer them afterwards. So we will contact you and answer your questions then. Okay. During this session, we are going to talk about the Password Skills Plus test setup, the test format, which is more about the content of the test, and then test preparation. So we will show you where you can go and find all the material required for you to feel prepared and confident to take the Password Skills Plus test. So Amara will now talk to you about the Password Skills Plus journey.
So hello everyone, as Shelley already introduced that I'm the regional manager for Password English testing. So today I'll be walking you through the journey of how to take Password Skill Plus test. It is designed to be simple, fully online and student-friendly test. The first step is to purchase the test from our website. And once you have done that, you will receive emails guiding you through setting up your account and scheduling your test for a date and time that suits you. On the test day, you will need to log in 10 minutes before the test to so that everything runs smoothly. The test itself is taken online and it's remotely invigilated. So it's important to sit in a quiet room with no glass walls or any sort of distractions. So once you complete the test, your results or certificates will be issued within 5 working days, and you can then share those certificates with your chosen universities or institutions where they'll be able to verify the results directly through our platform. It is quite a smooth and secure process, basically. So moving towards the next slide, let's talk about how to set up Password Skill Plus test. So to begin, you need to purchase the test from our website, which is mentioned here. Once you have done that, once the purchase is made, you will receive two important emails from us. So please make sure to keep checking your junk folder as well, because it might come to your junk folder as well. So one confirming your payment and another with instructions on how to set up your profile and schedule your test slots. In some cases, you may be asked to complete the pre-test ID checks. But that's required, you will be informed in advance. Before test day, it's really important that you go through the test rules and regulations. The booklet will be attached with one of the emails. We provide clear guidelines to help you prepare, including how to set up your test environment and what you can or cannot have around you. This helps ensure your test runs smoothly and your result is valid. So please take a few minutes to read through all the materials we will be providing to you before the test. Next slide, Shelley. So this slide basically highlights all the helpful video resources available to support you through every step of your Password Skill Plus journey. We understand that sometimes students might get stressful on where to get the preparation material from, and some useful videos where they can find it. So we have created a set of short, easy to follow videos to guide you. You can find videos explaining what Password Skill Plus is, how to schedule your test, and how to buy it online. We've also provided detailed videos on how to prepare effectively, including how to purchase our preparation courses and practice tests. So everything is available online. You can just go into the links and check at whatever you need to give you a better idea of what the actual test looks like. We have also included a few walkthrough videos of each of the test components. For example, we have some videos specifically related to reading, writing, listening. So you can see exactly what to expect in the writing and reading sections as well. These resources are really a great way to build students confidence and ensure that they're fully prepared before the test phase. So we highly recommend all of you guys to go through these videos because they are very, very useful. Next. So this particular slide outlines everything you will be needing to take the Password Skill Plus test smoothly and successfully. So first and the most important thing is that you make sure you read the Password Skill Plus student handbook and the test rules document carefully before your test. It is very important that you have your valid passport for the identification. No other document or photocopies are acceptable. So please make sure that you have these documents available with you. You will also be needing a reliable computer or a laptop with stable, good internet connection of at least which has a stable internet connections and with no interruptions in between. For operating systems, please make sure that you are using Windows 10 or higher. In terms of browsers, you need to have Chrome, Firefox, or Edge, or any other acceptable Windows, Chrome, or is preferred. You should have everything available before the test date. Shelly, next slide, please. So on the day of, okay, so you will also be needing, kindly make sure that your profile includes your full legal name, your passport, and your phone number, including your country code and email address that you can actually access in the case, you want a support team to contact you. Kindly make sure that your computer is set to English language. It is very important that it is set to English. Otherwise, you won't be able to perform the test. Please ensure that you are in a suitable environment with a desk and a chair, one door visible behind you, and with no glass doors, basically. Kindly have your valid passport with you. Log into your Proctor.io account portal 10 minutes before your scheduled time. And this is very important because the proctor will walk you through the setup, check your environment, and start the test for you. Remember, if you are more than 30 minutes late, you won't be allowed to take the test. And finally, make sure that you have reviewed and are following all the rules in the student handbook and test documents to avoid any sort of issues. You should have a Guardian browser already installed in your equipment, because if you don't have that browser already installed, test will not start. You will not be able to run the test in any other browser. Next slide, please. Okay, so as I told you that we have already made some YouTube videos for all the students and our agents to benefit from them, and where there is a guidance material. But same is the case that we also have some preparation tests and demonstration tests available on our website, which students can actually buy it from there. We have a preparation course available as well. So students can go online and buy our test, because it is very important. Our test, the preparation course comes with a demonstration or mock test as well, which is marked by our invigilators, and the result also, we try to get the results in 4 to 5 working days for that mock test as well. So this is all from my side. Now Shelly is going to walk you through the actual, how to perform a test and how the test is going to look like.
Thank you very much, Amara. I know it sounds like a lot of information, and this is why we will be sharing this presentation with you afterwards, so you can go through it in your own time. And yes, it's very important to go through the student handbook, look at the rules, because you don't want to worry about it on the day of your test. And you have 3 hours and 5 minutes to complete the test, and that is not including the setup time. So you want to make that setup time as short as possible, and you don't want to find out on the day, like, oh no, I can't have a full notebook next to me. It has to be one sheet of paper, things like that. So yes, like Amara said, you can find all of that information on the test preparation page on our website. And we will also share the student handbook with you in the email once you purchase the test. So once you have familiarized yourself with all of these rules and regulations, you can be confident that you are ready to take the test. And that is what we are going to talk about now, the Password Skills Plus test, which is an academic English language test consisting of 4 modules. So you will start with reading, followed by writing. Then you will have a listening test, and the final test is the speaking test. You have in total 3 hours and 5 minutes to complete this. So please do take all the time that you are given. Even if you finish a little bit early, just check your answers again to be sure. And you are allowed 1 5-minute break during the test. Please make sure that you ask your proctor to stand up and take your break, because they will have to tell you that it's okay. And you can take your 5-minute break between one of the modules. So when the clock is not showing, it means you are between test modules. And that is when you can ask your proctor, can I please take my 5-minute break now? Just remember you are allowed 1 break, so don't take it too early unless you have to. But I would suggest to maybe take it between writing and listening if you can. So yes, this is the overview of the Password Skills Plus test, and I will now show you the different sections. So you will start with the login page. So you have completed all the security checks, the proctor has checked your room, made sure that your phone is not next to you, you showed your 1 piece of paper, you showed your passport, all of that is done, so you can start the test. This is the first page you will see, and this is where you need the code that we sent you via email. So the first email you receive from Password will have an EXS code. So it will start with EXS, and then it will have individual letters and numbers for your specific test. So you will fill in the login, the EXS code, and then the proctor, they will enter the password on this screen. So you don't need your email address at this point. You don't need your ProctorU password, just the EXS code. So I have that to hand. You can write it on that 1 sheet of paper. As long as you show the proctor, that's what it is. That is fine. So you fill out your login. The proctor will enter the password, and then you can click log in at the bottom of the screen. This will take you to the candidate details page, and this is where you fill out your personal information. So the name as it shows on your passport, just remember that this information will show in your certificate, so it all has to match. So your date of birth, form of identification, which is your passport, and then your passport number. Just fill out all of this information. Try not to hit any of the special buttons on your keyboard. If you accidentally click Alt-Tab, for example, it might interrupt the test. So only use the letters on your keyboard. Once you have filled all of this out, you can click Continue, and it will take you to the information screen of the first module. So you will start with the reading test. As you can see, the clock is not appearing on the screen yet. So it will just show you information about the module that you are about to take. So this is reading. You will have 1 hour and 15 minutes to complete 5 sections. These 5 sections become increasingly more difficult as you go on. So you don't need as much time for section 1 as you do for section 5. You can see the overview of the type of question that you will be asked. So do have a look before you actually take the test so you know what's expected, so you don't take too much time during the test trying to figure out, oh, what do I need to do? If you are already prepared, it will save you a lot of time. And you will need that for section 5 because you have to read a long text, and then you have to drag and drop sentences in the right order to summarize it. So for the reading test, you don't need your keyboard, just your mouse. You only need to click, drag and drop. You don't need your keyboard, so try to stay away from it so you don't accidentally hit one of the special buttons. And please know that once you have finished a section, you cannot go back. So there are 5 sections in the reading test, and every section may have 1 or more questions. But if you finish a section, then you can't go back to change your answer. I'll show you what that looks like. So this is an example of section 1 of the reading test, so 1 of 5 sections. Once you have finished this question, at the bottom it says Finish Section. If you click on that, a little box will appear and it will ask you if you are sure, because you may have clicked it by accident. Now, if you have finished your question, then you click OK and it will go to the next section. If you clicked it by accident, you can still leave it. You can say cancel and you can finish your answer. At the top right, you see the clock that I mentioned before. So it will count down, so you know how much time you have left. So you can manage your time accordingly. So you know that you will have enough time left to finish the last questions. Okay, once you have finished all 5 sections of the reading test, you follow on with the writing test. This is the second module, and you will have 30 minutes to write an essay. So again, it will start with a screen just showing what is expected. At this point, you can ask for your break because the clock is not showing. But if you want to continue, you click continue and the clock will appear and the test resumes. For the writing test, you will need your keyboard. So watch out for the special keys. You will see 2 essay questions and you choose one of them to answer. You don't have to write the question in the text box. So you just answer the question and the test markers will know which one you have chosen. So you type it in the box below, and please make sure that you write more than 200 words. There is a word counter below the text box where you're writing, so you don't have to keep count yourself. You can see how many words you are typing. And in your essay, you have to give reasons and examples to explain your opinion. So you will get a topic and you will have to write how much you agree and disagree with the point of view and why. So your essay should clearly present your own ideas about the topic, so personal language, and be well organized, using appropriate examples or details to support your opinion, and try to make accurate use of a range of grammar, so different types of grammar. Then once you have finished your essay, you click on next section. And also please be aware that any autocorrect programs or language programs like Grammarly are not allowed, and it will show up. So if you have any of those programs installed on your laptop, make sure to disable it before. It has to be your own authentic piece of writing. Now, everything that I just said is also written on the actual page, so that you have to write more than 200 words and that you have to present your own ideas. So you don't have to remember it all right now, but it's good to know in advance anyway. Once you have finished writing, which is only one section, you move on to the listening test. So the third module is the listening test, where you have 1 hour to complete 5 sections. Every section might have one or more tasks within, and they also, just like reading, get progressively harder as the test goes on. So section 1 is a little bit shorter and somewhat easier than section 5. So before you start, before the clock appears, you can check the sound level here by clicking on the green button. So you click on the button, you see if you can hear the voice clearly, because the test hasn't started yet. So if there are any issues, you can contact the proctor or password support. Now, if the sound is very clear, then you can click continue. You don't need your keyboard, just your mouse and maybe your piece of paper to write notes. And then I'll show you an example of the listening tasks. So section 1, you can see, has 10 different tasks. You can see at the bottom there, 10. Now the current task on this screenshot is dark blue. So once you have answered a task, the box will turn light blue and the unanswered tasks are gray. So the gray ones are the ones you still need to do. So to start a task, you click on the green arrow. And please remember, once you click play, you cannot click pause. So make sure you're ready to take your notes before you click play. And then the recording will automatically play 2 times. So it will play once, then the question will appear, and then it will automatically play again. So please make sure that you have a look at this before, because I don't want anyone to start the test and think, oh no, I can't see the question. What do I do? No, the question appears after the first time the recording plays. So you can go back between the 10 different tasks to review your answer and check your notes. You can't play the recording again once you've heard it, but you can go back between the tasks. Just remember that once you have finished number 10, the button Finish Section will appear and you can't go back to a different section. So if you are happy with your answer, click Finish Section and it will take you to the next. After you finish section 5, the speaking test is the next one, the last one. So this is the final test module where you have 20 minutes to complete 5 sections. So the time that you are expected to speak increases in each section. So section 1, you only have to speak for 30 seconds, but in section 5, you have to talk for 2 full minutes. So please keep that in mind with the time. You have 20 minutes, but you already know that in the last section, you need 2 full minutes to talk and probably a little bit time before to look at the question. So make sure you have at least 3 full minutes left at the end. Now, before you start the test, you can check your microphone by clicking the red button on this screen, say something and see if the lines are moving. If it is, you can continue and I'll show you an example of section 1. So you can see the question is already there. So you can read the question, think of what you want to say, and when you are ready, you click the red button. Once you click the red button, you can see that the timer in the button will count down. So 30 seconds in this one. And you have to talk throughout that entire time. And you can't re-record your answer. You get one recording. So please keep in mind that you cannot continue until the speaking time is up. So the 30 seconds will have to go to 0, then it will upload your file, and then you can click continue. So you can't skip it. So please try to talk as much as you can. So you do that for the 5 sections, and then you are done with the test. So this screen will come up and you have to click finish. So please don't think that this is it and you can walk away. You still have to click finish to upload all of your tests. And once you have done that, you will have finished. You will then receive your results within 5 working days. And just to go back on what Amara said before about the test preparation. So there's preparation in terms of the rules. What can I have? What can I not have? What does my room need to look like? Um, knowing that you have to sit on a chair, so not a sofa, not a bed. You have to sit on a chair. You have to show your desk. That information is all in the student handbook. But for the test content, you can have a look at their website. You go to test takers and then test preparation. You can find sample questions. So you can look at the format of the questions that will appear on the test. You can buy the password test course that Amara mentioned, which is a 10-hour online self-study course, which includes a practice test. If you don't want to do the course, but you do want to do a practice test, you can buy that as well separately, which will be marked. And then the YouTube videos are very helpful to just go through the individual modules in detail. So we have videos on how to prepare, on how to buy, but also about the individual modules, what to expect. So in the videos, it will show you the different sections in detail. So you can, in your own time, go through them. So you can see what an actual listening test looks like. You can see the recording being played and that the question appears later. So I find them very useful. So please do have a look at those. And then Amara will talk a little bit about what you can do with your certificate.
Okay, so hi again. So this slide actually tells you, what universities are currently accepting Password English tests, like Password test, as a proof of their English language proficiency. So you'll notice that there's a wide range of institutions from UK, Europe, and beyond, including both pathways and direct entry universities. The list is growing as more institutions have started recognizing the reliability and convenience of our test, as well as the quality. So if the university you are applying to is listed here, you're good to go with Password Skill Plus test. And if it is not on the list, please feel free to reach out to us or to the university directly to check that if they are accepting Password English, Password Skill Plus test as as a proof of their English language proficiency. And yeah, that's it. So next slide, Shelley. Yeah, and in the end, if you would like more details, need help with the test processes, or have any questions related to test, how to book the test, you can always contact us. Just please visit our website or drop us an email or contact us through our contact number. We are here to support you and guide you. If you are facing any sort of difficulties while booking the test, or if you have already booked the test and are facing any sort of difficulties in and are not able to receive the emails, just please write to us on support@englishlanguagetesting.co.uk. So that's all from our side. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thank you very much, Amara, and thank you everyone for joining, for taking the time to listen to us. I hope it was useful. We will share the information afterwards so you can look at it at your own time. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. And we wish you the very best of luck with taking the Password Skills Plus test.